Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to In the Spotlight with Jill Nicolini on Business Talk Radio, where we take your business to the next level. Welcome back to Business Talk Radio. Katina Tarver joins us here from Houston, Texas. She's a CEO and life coach at Enforce Momentum, LLC. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jill. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you. Please introduce yourself and your company to us.
Okay. Well, I'm Katina Tarver with Enforce Momentum, and I'm a life coach, career coach, as well as a consultant and mediator.
Great. And what brought you into this field? Was this something you were always in? Does it come later in life? Is it a career change?
Well, I've actually always enjoyed working with people, even as early as high school. People have always felt comfortable coming to me and talking to me about issues and concerns they had, and it was something that I always wanted to do. So over the course of the years, as I became a young adult, I wanted to look more into branching into, a career to be able to help other people. Excuse me. One of the things that drew my interest was being an attorney, but once I got into the field of psychology as my my bachelor's, I realized how much I enjoyed actually being in that field, and that's what kind of led me into pursuing a further career into mental health and wellness, and further my career as a counselor. So actually, to start my career, I kind of did some research and found a way that I can actually branch into my career sooner before I actually graduated as becoming a life coach, and that's what I've been doing since 2015, and I've been loving it ever since.
Great. Well, thank you so much. So let's talk about your company, and please, if you can give us your website to start.
Yes, ma'am. My website is N-Force, as F-O-R-C-E, momentum.com.
Great. Let's go over some of the offers. Let's see. You do life coaching, career coaching, and you can go on and on. So let's start with some of them, if you don't mind. Give us a little bit of a background about how you can help our listeners today.
Okay, so one of the ways I can help your listeners if they are looking for life coaching, that's really the start of everything that I do. People will come to me for concerns with maybe family building, life as far as self-esteem or self-awareness, even career change. So for the listeners or anyone else that's interested in the services, they will come to me in looking for ways to be able to do that, to better themselves or maybe better their family lifestyle or career change or advancement. So that's one of the things that I would do with working with them individually. We would come up with maybe a directional plan to find out where they are right now, with whether it's themselves or what pathways we can take to help better their life or their career. So I kind of come up with like a directional plan as a stepping stone for each individual or family, and kind of progress from there on their needs and adjustments.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I know you have some areas of focus that you would like to kind of dive into today for your interview here with us. Life coaching to start, right? So would you mind explaining what a life coach is, how you became a life coach, and what it could do for a person?
So life coach, I became a life coach, again, as, branching out into some research and being able to work with people one-on-one. So I opened my private practice as a life coach, and I'm able to assist people with concerns of their own personal needs or family needs or career change or even mediation services. One of the ways to becoming a life coach, there are a lot of different avenues out there. You can become certified as a life coach, or you could just, have an interest or a passion for just helping people. It's not required to actually be certified or even degreed as a life coach at this time. But as far as my background, I do carry a bachelor's degree in psychology, certification in mediation services for families and business owners, small business owners, as well as pursuing my career as a counselor in mental health and wellness. So that's really the gist of being a life coach. I mean, it's not anything as far as requirements in the mental health field or anything. It's just really that would actually branch into the field to want to help others. And that can be actually in anything, because there are also health coaching, which is another thing, another avenue that my company actually has as well. And the gist of the life coaching, from what I have found, has really covered a great mass of a lot of things in a person's life. It could start with life and branch into career or either health. It just depends on what that person or that family is needing at that time. So a life coach is pretty much similar to counseling, just without the licensure.
Got it. Okay, good to know. Now, just curious, does a life coach, could a life coach help with anxiety and depression? I mean, it's something that we're seeing so prevalent here with COVID. Are you noticing a lot of your clients having issues with this?
Absolutely. As a life coach, I do have clients that come to me with anxiety, depression, and even just overall mental health balance, especially with dealing with COVID, because there's so many people that have been out of work and losing jobs and having to conform to a different way of life and balance, even within the home, having to work with their children one-on-one, having to adjust their work to work at home, and it's just become stressful for a lot of people that are having to adjust and get accustomed to a different way of life and work balance. So I do have some clients that do come to me with that need for depression or just stress and anxiety, and being able to balance that and being able to maintain a healthy work and life balance, even within the midst of COVID and the adjustments that have been made.
And along those same lines, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are experiencing burnout. Some people want a career change or had no choice but to do a career change at this point. And I know you work a lot with people looking to change careers. So maybe you can give some advice to our listeners out there, maybe unhappy, feeling unsatisfied right now in something that they're doing. Please give us some of your advice if you don't mind sharing it with us.
No, not at all. Anyone that actually is looking for a career change, I would say the most important thing as far as a career is to look and branch into something that you do have a true passion for. Of course, there's a lot of things that a person can do that they might be talented at, but maybe not necessarily a true passion for it. And yes, it's important to make money and to be able to, have a financial stability behind that. But if it's not something that you truly love doing, I really would advise a person to find something that they do have a true passion for. Because in that regard, you are more eager and more willing to put in the work and the time that's needed and dedicated for that, to even extend beyond whether it's within another company or within you wanting to branch out into being self-employed. You're more apt to put in the work and time and dedication that it takes to do that. And you become happier. You're happier with what you do, as well as building financial stability in that. So I know with COVID, there has been a lot of adjustments again with people that have lost employment and has actually been looking at becoming more self-employed in things that they love to do. So some of the things that my company does do is help people kind of find those passions and those interests that they have always been wanting to do, or maybe a newfound interest, a love, and to be able to help them kind of come up with a plan of action on where to start and walk with them throughout the progression of that until they come to a point to where they're actually sustainable where they are.
Great. And what about couples? Do you work with couples in need of communication help, love advice, those type of situations?
Yes, ma'am. I do work with couples. I have worked with several couples in the past and currently, more so for communication. Even more so now because of COVID. You have the home again. You have the home adjustments with all the families, having to be together and trying to adjust to being around each other as much as they normally may have not had to. So I do work with couples on communication and just relationship building all together. Even premarital couples that I've actually worked with on going into a marriage to kind of find out where they are, where the issues are, that they can actually work on at the current time for a better, healthy relationship prior to. So I do work with many couples in those areas.
Got it. Okay, good to know. Also, what other services do you provide that you wanted to kind of highlight for today's interview? I read a little bit about changing mental health and physical health as well.
Yes, ma'am. We do offer health coaching as well. We also offer physical fitness programs that are either for individuals or groups, and as well as couples. We also provide fitness as far as eating, changing maybe bad eating habits or coming up with eating plans. Those are provided from either a career health coach or either nutritionist, which we provide for both services through my company. And another service we also provide is, as I mentioned, mediation services for small businesses and families.
Great. And at this time of the show, I'd like you to give us your best form of contact information, please.
Yes, ma'am. My best number of contact would be 713-360-6856. And I do have an after-hours number. It's 832-779-0566. But also have my email address at lifeandcareer@enforcemomentum.com. Those are really the best ways to reach me.
Great. Well, thank you. Stand by, everyone. We'll be right back with more after the quick break. And again, we're here speaking with Katina Tarver. And again, she's the CEO and life coach at Enforce Momentum. That's n-forcemomentum.com.
Gittins Quick Sale Realty, the realty company that has a winning track record for getting their customers the properties that best suits their personal and business needs. The company that doesn't put the squeeze on your budget. They specialize in the Queens, Brooklyn, Nassau, and Suffolk County areas. To become a winner, choose a winning team. Win a quick sale with Gittins Quick Sale Realty. Go to GittinsQuickSaleRealty.com. GittinsQuickSaleRealty.com. Call 718-454-9000. That's 718-454-9000. Get the quick sale with Gittins Quick Sale Realty.
Aloha to all you lovebirds out there. Are you thinking about a destination wedding? Let I Do Hawaiian Weddings help you realize that dream. We specialize in Hawaiian destination weddings. Our unique knowledge of the islands and vast experience with amazing locations will help us create the destination wedding of your dreams. We can help you celebrate your love for each other with a sandy beach wedding, flower lei and bouquet, photography and videography, limousine transportation, hula dancing, ukulele music, and a beautiful dove release. We can even assist you with marriage license and online paperwork. I Do Hawaiian Weddings is all about love. So visit us on the web at IDoHawaiianWeddings.com or call us at 808-330-5555 to realize your dream destination wedding in Hawaii now.
Do you think you could share a free ebook called Viral Attraction Marketing Secrets? If you had proof, it would build an active team under you before you had to pay to join a great company? I'm Christy Sales, offering you the chance to see this system works. Download your free ebook now at iCanMakeCash.com. With spotless reputation for paying every week. iCanMakeCash.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
You're listening to In the Spotlight with Jill Nicolini on Business Talk Radio, where we take your business to the next level. Welcome back to Business Talk Radio. Katina Tarver joins us here from Enforce Momentum, based out of Houston, Texas. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Great. So your company does consulting, life coaching, career coaching, and so much more. You're based out of Houston, but do you work with people all over the United States or just in your state?
I actually work with people in all over the United States.
And so this is now a virtual business, or do you still do in-person visits as well?
I do have virtual visits. I have virtual sessions as well as in office, and I also do phone consultations and services.
Got it. And is there anything you want to share about your own personal experience and journey as to why you, started your own business? I read a little bit about your bio that you also had to overcome timing and work-life balance in your career. Could you, explain that to our listeners? I think it makes everyone feel better to know that they're not alone.
Yes, ma'am. Branching into my life coaching business, I'll go back as far as when my children were younger. That was one of my biggest struggles. I wanted to be a business person and helping people even at younger adult years. But as I became a mother, it became difficult for me to do that because, again, being a mother, being a wife at the time, and trying to balance really difficult. So everybody needed your time. So I decided to wait and hold off on that until my children became a little bit older, where I was able to have a little bit more flexibility to branch out into enrolling in school and being able to do that and balance being a mother and work. So that's when I became more involved into my business of self-employment. And I was able to go to school, did the online classes, which was really, really helpful for me because, it gave me the flexibility I needed at the time. And then from there, I just kind of branched out and I also have a background in music, so I started out as well as coaching music artists with vocal training, songwriting, as well as life coaching. So that started in 2015, and then I just kind of progressed from there and continued to build on my life coaching private practice into counseling.
Great. Thank you very much. And we still have 10 more minutes left in the show, so I'll let you take the platform of what else it is that you'd like to share about your company and your business and how you think you can help our listeners.
Okay. Well, I would just say that I know that there are a lot of people that are looking to branch out into doing things that they love to do. And, of course, being a parent and being trying to balance life and work, especially during this time, can seem difficult. But if you have the passion and you're able to balance and come up with a plan of action for everything that you want to do in life, there is a way to do it. And I would say that you're going to have obstacles in your way. Of course, we all will, because that's just what life does. We have our challenges. But just to keep in mind that staying motivated and staying positive and focused, and even within your relationships or whether a career change, setting a plan of action and actually walking that path, I think would be very rewarding at the end. So I know I've done it, and I know many other people that have done it, and I'm working with people that are doing it. And sometimes life throws us a curveball, but the path might change. However, at the end of the line, the end goal is to accomplish your goals. So that's what I would say to your listeners is to just stay motivated, even within the situations that we have going on now, and to know that things will get better. It doesn't stay like this forever. But starting now, which would be the best time to come up with a plan of action for either your relationship, your family, or life and career changes, to start now and making that plan and setting that plan of action, and even working with someone like myself as a life coach and career coach to help you set the groundwork to move forward with your life for a better and healthier relationship and career change down the line.
Wow. Well, you sound so calm, so positive, which is great because that's all I aspire to be. I have a 5 and 3-year-old, so I'm not as calm as you, but you're very well spoken, and I've been listening intently, and I hope our listeners are too. N-forcemomentum.com. Now, if someone has, a question, they think they want to work with you, do you offer like a free kind of discovery session to get to know the person, or how does that work?
Yes, I do. I actually offer a free 15 to 30-minute free consultation to kind of get an overview of what your needs are and what your plans are. And then from there, we go from, then let's set a plan of action, and then we come together on actually setting up the sessions on a regular basis. So I do offer the free consultations because I like to get to know what your needs and wants are first.
Perfect. And also, I'm reading on your website that you're launching your first women's conference next year. Could you give us a little insight to what that is about?
Yes, ma'am. The plan of action is to launch a women's conference of next year, pretty much to kind of talk about, it's really motivational speaking. That's what I like to do, to kind of help women that are struggling in areas of holding down, life in balance with a career or family, or maybe trying to build a better relationship, and just staying motivated in doing that. So it's funny, I actually have had men and women as couples come to me before and participate in some online sessions. So I thought that was great. But I am planning to do the women's motivational speaking of 2021 next year. So I'm hoping that a lot of women are willing and able to come out and participate, because I think that it would be great. I would have some great speakers that would be participating in that, and as well as some learning material and other things that could be beneficial.
Thank you. And I still have just a few minutes left here. So how else is it that you would like to enlighten our listeners today with your services? Again, from N-Force Momentum. Just want to remind everyone that's the website, n-forcemomentum.com. Visit it if you can. And again, she offers a 15 to 30-minute free, consultation in a sense, right, to kind of get established if you have issues with career, with life in general. You need a coach. Her and her team are willing and able to help you. And speaking of, you also do consulting services. Could you just elaborate on that? And I know it's not just you at the practice. There's a few other people as well.
Right, exactly. I do have some other coaches that work with me. But for the consulting services, I offer consulting for small businesses and individuals. But it's mostly for people that are kind of branching into their careers or career change and need some direction for that. So I kind of help them one-on-one come up with a plan of action of where to go, or for where they're starting from and where they're wanting and planning to go, and kind of walk with them throughout the step of that progression. Again, I have people from the music industry to small business industries to even the health field. So I'm well diverse in a lot of different areas as far as consulting, and that's what we do as far as in that.
So how many people are on your team?
Right now I have about 4 people total as far as coaches and nutritionists on my team, but I have others that are actually coming on board pretty soon. And another thing, too, that my company does is we do internships. So I do have an internship program as well with colleges that come in and actually intern with my company. So, and a lot of them actually end up becoming coaches. So I do offer those services or those opportunities to interns that are looking to branch into the field of health and wellness and mental health and wellness.
And you also do mediation?
I do mediation, yes, ma'am.
Oh.
My mediation services are for small businesses as well as families. I do have some people that have come to me for issues that are trying to go through a divorce or settle a dispute as far as just community-wise. I do have some people that offer that are looking for mediation services for small businesses settling a dispute between partners or businesses to businesses. So I do offer mediation services as well.
Great. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you so much. And at
Yes.
this time of the show, we'll just go over some best forms of contact information for you. Are you on social media at all?
I am on social media. The direct contact goes to my website. So those are more directional back to my website.
car.gov/kids buckle up.